One of the things we're going to talk about is investing in yourself. Where are you today and where do you want to be tomorrow? Because for so many of us, we get stuck in a rut, and we don't know how to break through. And you are there to help, as you certainly did with me, to get to that next level.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I interviewed Warren Buffett and a whole group of 50 of the smartest financial people in the world, people that started with nothing and became financially free. And Warren Buffett said to me, Tony, I asked him what's the most important investment he ever made in his life. And he said, going to Dale Carnegie. He goes, doing your stuff. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, Dale Carnegie. He goes, because investing in yourself makes you more skilled, makes you more happy, makes you more fulfilled. And from that, you can do everything else you want to do in business or finance in life. So this is really saying, most of us in life have some areas of our life we're doing well in. Maybe you're doing great in your career, but then maybe you don't have enough time for your kids. Or you're doing great with your kids, but you're not taking care of your body. Or you're taking care of your body, but your relationship is not getting the love it needs. It's the nature of human beings to focus on things we're good at and avoid the others, and then till the others bite us, till they hurt us in some way. And so this literally helps you take a little bite a day out of each of the areas of your life, body, mind, emotions, relationships, finances, and career, and grow them geometrically. And we've now, at this stage, to give you an idea, 50 million people from around the world have invested in these programs to give you an idea and change their life in more than 100 countries. And they're people like the most successful people in the world, the Pit Bulls, the Oprahs, the Warren Buffett, people of that nature, and it's people who are just beginning their journey or people facing huge challenges. So whether you're in a tough place and you want some answers and you want a coach that can be there 24/7 for you right now, that's what I do. Or whether you're on top of the world, but you won't settle. You're always looking for the next level. That's why I get these top athletes and musicians, entertainers, because the reason they're best is they're always growing. You saw in the video I said, if you really want to be happy, getting things never makes you happy. What gets you happy is growing. You grow or you die. So progress equals happiness. If you just get this program and you aren't even there yet, in the first few days you lose 3 or 4 pounds, the first few days all of a sudden you find your passion again, first few days you figure out how to get through to your spouse. Those things, that progress will excite you, it'll give you energy, and that energy will allow you to continue. The reason this has worked so well is it creates momentum. It takes more energy to get out of this gravity out of the atmosphere, I should say, gravity to atmosphere, than it does to literally go as far in outer space as Mars, because it just takes so much energy to start with. So I help you create the energy and give you the strategy. Call us right now, let's get started, let's change your life, and let's help kids get out of slavery, and let's help feed some people in need.
Life doesn't come with a handbook. That's the whole thing. What Tony's going to help do is give us the tools that we need. Tony, there's a ton of people that want to talk to you. We're going to take a call. Susan from North Carolina is joining us live on HSN. Susan, please say hi to Tony Robbins.
Hi, Tony. I am so happy and so grateful that I'm getting to speak with you. This made my night. I tried to call on the earlier presentation and I didn't get through.
So hello,
nice to meet
you,
thank
Susan.
you from the bottom of my heart for changing my life.
Thank you, honey. Where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from New York. I live in North Carolina now.
Wonderful.
And, you know, I've been with you through your programs, never live, but through your programs, starting going back with Personal Power. And because of that, I left my corporate job in New York, which I didn't love, and moved to my dream home of Hawaii.
Oh, wow. What a great move that was. Holy cow.
I know, Hawaii, my favorite island. And now I've already done Get the Edge, and I bought Ultimate Edge before. I bought it again tonight because it's my dream to share it with my 22-year-old daughter. But I want to let you know, through Get the Edge, I started a career. I'm a transformational coach helping people's dreams come true.
Oh, my God. You know what I love about this? You know what I got to compliment you? There are so many coaches out there, and I started the coaching industry, 39 years ago. There weren't coaches, there were sports coaches, but I used the metaphor. You had to be a therapist before that. And so many of them, unfortunately, have not done anything in their own lives. You're teaching people to do what you've actually done. I really compliment you on that. That's awesome. What an incredible dream to move from New York, create Hawaii, create the life you want. Congratulations on that. How do you feel?
Thank you so much. May I tell you one more thing?
Sure.
So, I've had a lot of losses in my family. I lost my son years ago, and recently my 2 sisters died. When my sister died, I was very close to her, and after only about a minute or 2, your voice came in my head, and it says, the quality of your life is determined by the questions you ask.
Wow.
And I said to myself, my sister's dead. This was my second sister that died. And I thought, what questions am I going to ask myself? So I asked myself, how can I go through this as lovingly and consciously and caringly as I possibly can, and stay awake to the truth You know, that
Wow.
really there is no death. For me, there is no death. And stay right to the truth and be available to the people around me and not shut down.
Wow.
And it transformed my experience around the death of a loved one. I mean, forever.
Wow. Wow.
And
Susan,
you can't buy that.
Susan, you're incredible. I just want to thank you and tell you, what you're talking about, the way you've applied this is amazing. It can be applied to anything for those watching, though. We don't realize that when we call thinking is really asking and answering questions. And oftentimes people ask lousy questions like, why can't I achieve this? And your brain goes, because you're an idiot. Because when you ask a lousy question, you get a lousy answer. How come I can't lose weight? Because I'm a pig, your brain will tell you. And those things don't help. But if you say, how could I lose weight now and enjoy the process? And you keep asking, you might say, gosh, I used to play racquetball years ago, or I used to do this. I'm going to go do this and have fun. Because the whole secret to this is not willpower. The secret to this is changing your conditioning. You know, most people have had a time in their life where something happened. Maybe it was a food you loved or an alcohol or a dessert. And it used to be your favorite food. And then one day, how many of you have had this happen where you had an experience that was quite unpleasant with what you ate came out of various parts of your body? And now it doesn't take willpower to resist that. Just the thought of it, you avoid it. That's conditioning. I show you how to train yourself to hate or dislike the things you used to be addicted to that don't help you, and how to get yourself positively addicted to the things that do support you. And questions are the place where you open it. So Susan, I see that they dropped you off, but I just want to tell you, God bless to you. You're amazing. And if you will reach back out, Susan, back online here, I want to invite you to come to a live seminar as my guest for being able to do all the things you're doing, because I know if you learn all this stuff, you're going to help all kinds of other people. God bless you.
Great phone call. Folks, we want to talk to you. Obviously, we're going to take more calls as more folks order this tonight. Tony wants to hear from you. You know, this is quite surreal for me to be here again, as I say, with Tony from my experience. I had the opportunity to attend one of Tony's events earlier in the year, and the reality is that from all the wonderful things that you will see on HSN, tonight, tomorrow, the next day, this is the most important purchase, because what this will do for you will give you long-lasting satisfaction. This will give you a sense of fulfillment. It will give you a sense of pride and a sense of optimism in a way that you never necessarily knew you could, because a lot of us, we are up against obstacles. We all have stories. The reality is, Tony, and this is what he has done really now for 39 years, he's helped us understand and realize our potential. Folks, we all have it within us. I know Angela in Colorado has been hanging on. Angela, welcome to HSN. Angela, you're live with Tony
Angela, how are
Robbins.
you?
Hi, good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Wow, you got some energy for 2 in the morning. I'm impressed.
Well, to be fair, it's only midnight here in Colorado.
Okay, that's cool. Tell us, Angela, have you gotten the program in the past, and what's it done for you?
So I have. Tony, I've used so many of your programs, and I've been to so many of your events, and my life has changed so drastically because of that. And first of all, you know, I just want to thank you and honor you for your huge heart and your beautiful soul. We see it every time that we see you at these events.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Tell us, what are some of the things you've shifted in your life?
Well, the biggest thing I shifted is I found my compelling future, and I found my life's mission. And it is a beautiful place to be, where you can live in that world.
Yeah, it really does. What is your mission? What are you working on?
Well, I'm a veteran, a female veteran, no less. So my mission is to help veterans, and specifically the subset of female veterans, get through some of the PTSD and readjustment issues that they're going through.
Yes.
And I just got through your leadership program so I could continue to pass your message and your learnings on to them.
Wow, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, you know, there are 22 veterans on average a day that commit suicide in this country. It's horrible. And I had a gentleman just recently, I did a documentary called I Am Not Your Guru.
Yeah.
And in the documentary, the gentleman who made the documentary is a brilliant documentarian, Joe Berlinger is his name. And I invited him out to one of my events. He was not interested, kind of got encouraged. He went there. Long story short, he was going to bolt after the first hour, because he makes films about the dark side of life, and it's like he's very pessimistic. It was. It changed his life so much, he made this film. But while he was there, what grabbed him was a series of interventions I did, and one was on a gentleman who's a Marine who was just getting out of, I think, 6 years or 5 years in Afghanistan and Iraq. He buried 32 of his fellow soldiers. And when he's holding the microphone, he was shaking this hard. He had these dark glasses on because he had such light sensitivity, PTSD, nightmares, as you can imagine, insomnia. And it took about an hour and 15 minutes, and this documentarian saw it. At the end, he was solid. I could take his glasses off and train his eyes so when they saw light, there was no problem. I brought him on CNN about 6 months later, and the producer of the show started crying when she saw him because she'd seen a video of him before, and she just couldn't believe the change. So I want to help you in this, Angela. And so I think one thing to be useful is before you hang up, you leave your number and the PTSD, and I'm going to send you a little video of how this has been done because it sounds like you could use this to help other people.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll definitely use it.
What do you say to people out there who might at 2 in the morning go, what the heck is this guy going on? I want to look at some jewelry. Why should they invest in this in themselves? Why should they do it? Because most people don't make a connection to being able to really improve their life. They're looking at the outside, nothing wrong with that, but we're really working on the inside and the outside here. What would you say to them to get them off the couch and give them this gift?
I would ask them how much a beautiful life is really worth. How much would they be willing to pay, or how much time are they willing to give to truly live the life they feel they deserve?
Wow, that's beautiful.
Wow, wow, wow.
Well, I hope it's worth more than $39 to them. Most people spend that on Starbucks pretty quick, right? More than $1 a day, that's for sure. Thank you for calling, Angela, and leave your number on the line, and I'll send you that video with the training for that.
Thank you, Angela. Folks, as we continue on, and let's face it, why don't we just lock the doors, order some pizza, and spend all night with Tony? The reality is that we only have 30 minutes left. I think back to my experience and everything that Tony has helped me with over the time and the years. And you know, this past March, April, when I went to the event, I did something that I wanted to do a long time. Maybe, Tony, you could share with everybody, because the famous firewalk, I did this. We're going to show some video of me doing it. You helped me so much that day, and sometimes the impossible is possible.
Well, yeah, and what we call impossible is just what we're untrained to do in many cases. And the firewalk's not about firewalking anyway. It's about overcoming fear. We've all got a fire in our life. It might be our relationship. It might be our career. It might be our business. It might be our kids. Something that we get immobilized or fearful or stressed about. And what I show you to do is how to change. And we just use the firewalk as a metaphor to be able to do that. But it's really dramatic. But you were at the event where Pitbull was there, right?
Yeah, it was great.
So Pitbull came out, and, you know, Pitbull's been applying what his mom used to, you want to talk about helping your kids? His mom used to play my audio programs in the car when he was a kid. He told me he used to be so upset the first 2 or 3 times. And he goes, then I got hooked, then he lived it, and now it's shaped his whole life. He can spit out my stuff better than I can. It's quite amazing. But people like Pitbull, people like Oprah, people like Hugh Jackman are the kinds of people that are already the best in the world, and they're still looking to improve themselves. Those kind of people come to me, and the other kind of people that really come to me are people that are facing a challenge. A birthday with a 0 on it, we start to look at our life different. Or if your kids have grown up, or if your kids are just starting to go to school, or if you're in a place where you hit a threshold in your body and say, no more. I always tell people, you get what you tolerate. And don't tolerate those things in yourself, but that sounds simple, but if you have a plan, if you have a step-by-step plan that's a little bit each day and it takes no extra time because you're doing it while you're cleaning the house or while you're driving to work or while you're working out or whatever it is you're doing, I think you're going to find that it's going to give you so much energy and it's going to give you the specifics. I always say to people, if your goal was to see a sunset and you start running east, I don't care how smart you are, I don't care how much you believe, I don't care how enthusiastic, I don't care how positive, it's not going to work. These are the best strategies in the world for losing weight, increasing your energy, transforming a relationship or creating an intimate relationship, how to deal with your kids, how to do better in your work. I mean, literally, it's the most comprehensive program I put together in 39 years. And by the way, I started when I was 3.
I think for a lot of us, maybe you're tossing and turning in bed right now. Maybe you're just waking up from a kind of already a sleepless night because something's on your mind. Something is there that's wrong, something that's there that's challenging you, something that's there that's just kind of stopping you from getting to that next level. Folks, it's okay to say, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to overcome this problem.
Or even if many people know how, it's just, can I do it faster? Can I do it quicker? Can I do it better? I mean, the most successful people in the world are my top clients. I've got, the heads of some of the largest corporations in the world. I've got some of the greatest entertainers, business people, athletes. And why are they coming to me to do this? They're not just looking to be inspired. They're looking for strategies and tools to go to the next level. Because the only thing that's going to make you happy is growth. Progress equals happiness. If you stop growing, you start dying. If your relationship's not growing, you got to do something about it. It's not going to get better by hope. If your body's not where you want and you think you've tried everything, you haven't tried everything because you got to change what's happening here and here. And you can change that too. If you want to make a shift in your career, if you don't love it, let's change it. I know that sounds overly optimistic, but I've helped millions of people come up with a strategy to do it, not just the enthusiasm to do it. And I want to share it with you. Call us now.
We're going to take a phone call. I know Dwayne is in Canada, is also now on HSN. Dwayne, please meet Tony.
How you doing, Tony?
I'm doing great. How are you, Dwayne?
Awesome. Rock and rolling. Rock and rolling.
I recognize your voice, Dwayne. Have I met you before?
You have. I signed up with your platinum partner. We've had quite a journey from ordering your tapes online and in about 97, 98 to having the luxury of attending one of your events and signing up actually as a plat partner and joining the experience worldwide now, getting to travel alongside at your different events. So we're taking life out of a fire hose here and drinking hard.
That's awesome. Thanks for calling in. Share with us what have you shifted in your life as a result of these programs?
Tell me what I haven't shifted. It's been just an amazing trip. I look at a belt that I actually wearing when I did the first date with Destiny 2008, and it's 3 notches tighter. You know, so incredible physical growth, mental acuity, and growth in our business, relationship with my family, being able to reach out and help vets here with a partner of mine who, unfortunately, his son had taken his life last November 4th, and getting Bob and his son, unfortunately, to an event was a start. We realized what we needed to do to help improve the whole process, and gratefully your coaching group has now supplied extra coaching for the vets that we bring to UPW, and it's just been transformational.
Wow.
You can see it in the boys, their whole nature. They take a life-changing event from the UPW to really ingrained in becoming part of the society again, and it's heartfelt experience to see that, Tony, and I really appreciate.
You know what I love, Dwayne, is that you've made changes in all the areas of your life, and this is the most common thing you hear, because if you take control of one area of your life, let's say your body or your business or whatever it is, it gives you momentum, and you get so much energy because you start to see, I can really make my life the way I want it. Because most of us have had so many disappointments, so many frustrations, because we're using the wrong strategy. But when you get the right strategy and you get the right peer group, because that's a big part of it too, we create a peer group for people, and the right coach, you can move yourself from where you want to be. What would you say to people that are sitting on the couch right now in the middle of the night and they don't know what the heck Tony Robbins doing on there, and they're wondering, why would I do this? What would you tell them? What would be the biggest reason to do this? What do you think it can do for people's lives? What do you know by your own experience?
My own experience is that, take the effort, take the time right now, reach out, make that call, buy the new program, the Ultimate Edge, make the difference where you can actually enter into boot camp where you're at home, net time, whether it's driving to work, which I first started with when I bought the tape series in the late 90s, and it will help transformation. It'll be a transformation of your whole life. I'm not just talking physical. It'll be emotional, financial, relationship. It'll be the greatest single thing that you can do for yourself and your family, because you can play for it. You can share the tapes. You can buy it as a Christmas gift, birthday gift, whatever it might be. Just share the fact that you've got it. I've been playing my different series, playing it forward, and everybody that I pass it on to, they are so grateful. Some people don't know Tony Robbins yet, which is hard to believe, quite frankly, but, the people that do it, it's just like the whole world opens up to them. It's like a ray of sunshine. So it's... Your work is radiating throughout the world. Not only you're feeding people's souls, their hearts, and it's one of the greatest gifts that I've ever had.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Dwayne. I really appreciate it. I hope that people hearing you will be inspired to take action. And I think we even now made it tonight where we're going to take all the profits and we're going to donate them to Underground Railroad to get kids out of sexual slavery, and we're also donating the balance to Feeding America. So we're going to have a real impact. People can change their own lives and they can touch other people too. Thank you, brother, for calling in. That's very kind of you.
Thank you, Dwayne. We've got many more, folks. We're going to take many more calls. It's funny, I listen to these conversations, I listen to these phone calls, these people just like me who have something to say to Tony. They want to tell Tony the difference that he's made in their lives. When I come on air day in and day out, between me and you, I don't get nervous anymore. Tonight I was nervous. I was nervous because it meant so much to me that what a huge difference, what a huge impact this gentleman and his techniques and his strategy and his coaching has had on my life. When I tell you I was the kid in class who would never put his hand up to answer a question, it's true. When I tell you that I was never in any school play or debate because I was too shy, it's true. When I tell you that when I was 14 or 15, I would watch Tony back in England and listen to him and understand what he was saying and hear the words of motivation in terms of me, empowering me, coaching me. That had a huge impact on my life. Let's go to Louisiana and say a very good evening to Ali. Ali, welcome to HSN. Ali, please meet Tony.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How are you?
Great, great. I am so grateful and honored for this privilege to thank you, Tony, for changing my life.
Well, you're giving me credit. I'm glad I helped, but you did the changing. Tell me, thank you for the kind words. What'd you do to shift your life?
Well, I'm a single mom, and I started a wedding planning business a while back, and I was struggling, and then my dad passed away back in 2004, and it really affected me, and I was in a slump, and I ordered your Get the Edge and Personal Power series. And Tony, I did my Hour of Power for months. I listened to you every day.
Wow.
And all of a sudden you said something like, what's stopping you from getting the results you want? And I was immediately inspired to start a school to teach other people how to become wedding and event planners.
Wow, what a cool idea.
I know, and from that, I mean, it's not the numbers that you have, but to me, this is huge. I taught over 800 students.
Wow, so you helped 800 people learn how to start their own business, basically.
Yes, yes.
And what a cool business, right? Wedding planning is like you're working with people during one of the peak moments of their entire life.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. And, you know, and you still give me that juice that I need every day.
Well, it sounds like you're passing that juice along through your energy here at 2 in the morning. I'm impressed.
Oh, no, I'm a night owl, so it's all good.
Good.
But I really, and every time I start my class, every session, I talk about you and how you inspired me to these students, and I say to them, you would not be here if it wasn't for Tony inspiring me and changing my life.
Oh, you're so kind. Well, listen, I'm touched, but I got to tell you, make sure you keep your own credit. But I'm so happy these strategies have not only inspired you, but helped you to break through and go to a different level. That's so, so beautiful. Tell me, I hear so much joy in your life. Do you have a family of your own?
I do. I have my children. When I started my business, they were 2 and 4 years old. Now they're 22 and 24, and they are thriving. And look, Tony, every time we went on road trips, I would stick your CDs in, and they're like, oh, we're listening to Tony again? And I'm like, absolutely. Guess what? My daughter now is about to graduate from LSU, and she is in entrepreneurship.
Wow.
And she just did her very first event, and I'm telling you, you inspired her too.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Ali, you're beautiful. Listen, leave your number on here, and I'm going to have one of my staff follow up with you and send you a couple tickets for your family to come to a live event.
Thank you. Yeah, I did the Firewalk experience, and that was amazing.
I want to send you a ticket to Business Mastery. It's a program for people to grow their businesses. So you just stay on the line. I'll send it to you as a gift.
Ali, thank you so much.
Take care,
wow.
Ali.
You see, you never know what can happen when you call into HSN. Folks, I did just get some good news and bad news, so I just want to share it with everybody. Tony, I hope you don't mind. This is what they're telling me at this moment. I was supposed to have the final show with Tony in like a day and a half from now, in 24 hours from now. Yeah. They are, at this point, cancelling it. We are waiting to see what happens later today, but at this point they are expecting it to be completely cancelled just because we're not going to have enough to support the show. That's sad for me because I love every moment of being on air with Tony, but I just want to really stress this. Folks, you have to make that decision tonight if you want to order it. Please, please, please do not let this one slip by, because it doesn't matter how many phone calls we receive, how many emails come in, how many people post things on Facebook or Twitter. It doesn't matter. We just don't have any more. The value that we are offering is unprecedented. It's over 80% off. It's over $600 because we send you all of this. We send you absolutely everything, the biggest we've ever done. And Tony, I want to just stress again, for the first time ever, you're including the digitized version.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is the thing I'm most excited about. In fact, people that already have all my programs are going to want this piece, because imagine all of this. You push a button, and each day it guides you through it. And then there's a place to jot any notes. Or if there's something you want to hear again, you click it. It remembers the spot and brings it back to you. I mean, to me, this is the way to go. And all of this you can utilize as well. But you can also give all this as a gift and still have this thing for yourself. So it's almost like a 2-for-1.
It's a win-win situation all around. We're going to take another phone call, and folks, definitely pay attention to that 10-minute clock. We're about to start counting down. This is the last presentation of the day until, well, 8 p.m. tonight, even if that goes ahead. It's Joanne. Is it Joanne in California?
It is.
Joanne,
hi,
say hi.
Hi, Joanne. How are you?
Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Thank you.
Your program, I've been listening to you for decades, back when you released cassette tapes. Do you remember
Okay,
that?
you and I are not that old. Don't repeat that. I once had a Walkman, I have to admit. I'm old enough to remember a Walkman.
Well, what struck me about the program, and just what I wanted to emphasize, was just how simple the program is, and how it's real. It's not hocus pocus. It truly is. So many times you emphasize about shifting your thinking. And that would, every day, I couldn't wait to get in my car to commute and listen to your tapes. And then I would get to work and just have a bounce in my step, ready to tackle the day. And it just meant so much to me. I've quoted you throughout the years. I've recommended your program throughout the years, because it just is just really touching, the effect that it's had on me.
Wow. I'm so thrilled to hear that, and I can hear it's more than your words. I hear your voice, I hear the energy, I hear the emotion. I just want to thank you for that, and I'm so grateful that's made such an impact on you. When did you get your first program? How long ago?
I think it's back like 25 years ago.
Wow. See, what's amazing to me is that, I meet people, and it used to be, I think I know who you are. Now it's like, 20 years, 30 years. But what's so beautiful is that you've come back to it again and again. That's what I try to tell people, is this is a library for yourself and your family for a lifetime, because you focus on different things at different stages of your life, and you come back and there's the answers that you need again. What would you say to people at this hour? We're wrapping up here in our last final 10 minutes or so, and there's some people that have been watching the whole time, and I don't know if they're skeptical or they're just tired, but they haven't taken action yet. And this is one of the few chances they've got to do this, and not only change their own life, but help free some boys and girls from sexual slavery, help feed people that are deeply in need without a dime out of your pocket, because I'm donating 100% of the profits out. What would you say to get them off the couch, get them to make the decision tonight?
Well, first of all, I would say it's hugely fun to listen to you. You're very, not only inspiring, but it's enjoyable to listen to. It's infectious.
That's great.
And so while you're listening to the tape, you're thinking about things in your life and that you're either facing or things that you've gone through, and you're just connecting the dots and making sense of things that maybe you've are mountains in front of you.
Yes.
And it just makes them seem achievable.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, thank you for calling in and sharing.
I'm so glad I got a chance to talk to you, because you have just been such an inspiration to me for years and years and years.
Thank you. I'm really touched by your kindness and by your love. I feel it, and God bless you. I'll look forward. Hopefully I'll meet you someday soon, Joanne.
Thank you, Joanne, so much. Listening to all these calls, we have great calls on HSN. Great products and great calls, but if you watch HSN all day and all night, these are special calls. These are calls with a passion and enthusiasm, a happiness and integrity and credibility to them. You're listening to these words, folks, and they're real. This is real. This is real. There is, you never know unless you try. This is somebody, and I think at this stage, 39 years later, and Tony, you said it earlier, but 39 years later, and you're still doing it, you're still visiting and working with all these people. It's got to be doing something.
Well, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God, and I'm grateful to the people that I've learned from, because everything that I'm teaching, I I'm a hunter of human excellence. If somebody is extraordinary in they've transformed, they lost 200 pounds, and they're fit, and they've kept it off for 10 years, or somebody has this incredible relationship, you know, the few that do, not the many who talk, people that love each other and they're passionate for each other, and it's 25 years in, 30 years in, it's so rare. So I don't want to just say how lucky they are. I want to find out what they do different than anyone else. If you see somebody that's starting a business on their own and they're growing geometrically, they're not lucky. There's something they're doing. Success leaves clues. And if you study what people are doing, and you don't just think that they're special, we're all special, what are they doing different than you? And what I've done is take 39 years in 100 countries I've worked all over the world to find those special people and say, tell me what you do different than everybody else. And then what I'm good at is taking things that sometimes are complex and making them simple enough you can really do it. Because most people make things so complex to make themselves feel special. My view is the more complex it is, the less likely you're going to do it. Complexity is the enemy of execution. So if you want to get results, you got to keep it simple. You got to use a small amount of your time, but you got a little bit each day so you develop a new habit, a new life, a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling, a new relationship, a new business, a new career. Listen, if there's some part of your life that you're not thrilled with, let's change it. Let's change you first so you can enjoy it. And then if it's still not what you want to do something else, let's change the environment, your body, your mind, your relationships, your finances. It can be done, but it won't be done by hope, and it won't be done by sitting back. It'll do by, as they say, Sheryl Sandberg says, leaning in, right? You and I got to lean in together. And if you'll let me be your coach, if you'll call me right now, we'll get started. For $39, these guys will let you keep this for 4 months. And if you don't like it, you can send it back. You won't. But you won't know unless you actually give yourself the gift of at least listening. Order it, even if just listen to one audio in the car. And if it doesn't hook you completely, send it back. It will. How do I know that? Because tens of millions of people around the world, 50 million people specifically, have been using this to change their life, from the most successful to the most challenged.
This right here, this is what they've been doing, folks. You're going to do the same thing. You know, when I think back to all the different areas of life, you know, we talked about willpower. And how sometimes we want willpower to be enough, but quite honestly, it's not.
No, I don't care how strong you are. I got strong will too. Willpower wears out. But when you change what your conditioning feelings are, when you shift so that what you used to hate, you now start to enjoy, or what you, like exercise, for example,
sure,
or what you used to love, like too much of a bad food, you now literally have no willpower. It's just like, I'm turned off by it. It doesn't feel good to me anymore. That's the secret. That's when you get these lasting results. And when you hear people calling in talking 20 years, 30 years, 15 years, this works for them not for a few days or a few weeks. This is lasting change. I know most of us are skeptical. We think it's hard to change, it takes forever, and it doesn't last. But when people say that, and they say it took me 10 years to change, again, I remind you, it took you a moment to change. It took you 10 years to get the moment where you said, no more, or I quit, or let's begin, or I love you, or I do. We change our entire life in a moment. And I've got here 18 days of moments for you in each of the areas that can change it all, that can trigger you to find what you want, can trigger you to break through your fear, that can trigger you to come up with that plan that's gonna make life the way you want it. And I don't know what that is, because it's as diverse as there are human beings, but I can tell you that what you want to make real, you can make real. But it takes just 20 seconds of courage, as I say. Get yourself on that phone, get this out to you. You got zero risk with HSN, and you got an opportunity to truly change your life and help the people you love.
That first moment is right now. This is the first moment, the first step. Folks, you're going to love every moment of this, I promise you. I want to take one more call because Mary Jane is in Utah. Mary Jane, you're live on HSN. Please say hi to Tony.
Hello, Tony.
How are you, Mary Jane?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nice to meet you.
You too. Well, I have been listening to you since the late 80s.
Oh, my goodness.
And
when you and I were 2, right? We were both 2?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I think you had come to Virginia Beach for a fire walk many, many years ago.
Wow.
I didn't get to see you, but friends did. So we all got turned on and have really had a good time through the years listening and you know, working on strategies we've learned from you. One of the things I love about you most is your enthusiasm.
Thank you.
And your enthusiasm has helped me in all kinds of things. Right now, though, I'm completing or working on a dream I've had for 4 years.
Wow.
I've been in the spa industry, took time out to help my husband with his business and raise my children, and now it's my turn again. I've got lots and lots of the things in place, but am in need of help on some of the details. So I was just curious, business-wise, how to get some help to some breakthroughs. You know, like I've got everybody wanting to work with me, but I'm not quite sure who's the best to work with me on a retreat in Virginia. So
Right.
just curious if there were any good ideas.
I'll just give you an insight and an invitation. The insight is I work with billion-dollar corporations. Like I say, Salesforce.com, you probably have heard of Mark Benioff.
Yes.
He used to work
Yes,
for
I've met
Oracle.
Mark. Yes.
He went to Oracle. He listened to my audio programs. He came to one of my seminars 3 times in a row, and he's hard to miss. He's a tall guy. He's in the front row.
Yes.
And he came and introduced himself to me, and he said, you're going to remember my name. I'm Mark Benioff, and I'm going to build this company called Salesforce.com because of you. I'm leaving Oracle, and we're going to change business around the world. And I remember pretty vividly because I've been on a 14-year journey, and this year he'll do $8 billion in business. He's the back end on Facebook and everything else.
Forbes.
Yes, he's in cover of Forbes the other day, and one of the most generous human beings you can imagine. Steve Wynn, you may know, built most of Las Vegas. Peter Guber owns the Golden State Warriors NBA team. He also owns the LA Dodgers. These are the type of people that I work with, and here's what I found. The chokehold on the growth of any business is always the owner, and it comes this way. 80% of your limitation is in your head. It's your psychology, it's your fear, it's that uncertainty, it's not knowing, and 20% is strategies, like knowing how to market effectively, knowing how to hire the right people. And so this is not something I can answer in a minute on the air, but here's what I'm going to do for you. You stay on the air here, you leave the number, and I'm going to invite you to my Business Mastery Program, which is a 5-day total immersion boot camp for businesses. And my request to you is if I do that, then your job is you got to pass it on and help 3 other people from what you learned from me. If you'll do that, I'll invite you as my guest.
Thank you so much, Mary Jane. A great call. Hope that answers some of your questions. Folks, we are wrapping this up. Just before we wrap this up, I want to invite you to shop right now. $39, the only visit of the year. Obviously, we're very limited in quantity. They're going to cancel, it looks like, the last show. Whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's relationship, what is the part of your life that you want to change? Because, folks, you really can do it. Tony, I want to give you the final 90 seconds because, as you know, there are many people out there who are watching who are still almost nervous to take that step because they almost feel that they can't achieve it. They can't get there. What would you say to them?
I would say the only thing that really stops us is believing our limiting thoughts. You know, we all have thoughts of I'm not enough or nothing's going to work or I've tried everything. But where are those thoughts getting you? You know, everybody can have the thoughts. It's when you believe that you can't do it, when you believe that you've tried everything. Once you believe it, you're in chains. And when I found people, when I ask people say, you've tried everything, tell me what you've done. I've done millions of things, really name them. Well, I've done thousands, name them. I've done hundreds, name them. I did do these 2 stupid things that don't work over and over again. I can't understand why I'm not losing weight or whatever it is. So I'm saying to you tonight, why not take a fresh start? Why not just say for the next 18 days, I'm going to give myself a gift and I'm going to take just a little 30, 40 minutes for me. And I'm going to learn something that's going to change my life every day. I'm going to take action and I'm going to change my body, relationships, finances, career, all of it. That's what's in front of you right now. And the only thing will hold you back is fear. And what do you got to fear here? Probably a fear of being disappointed. But you know what? For $39, you're not going to lose any money. These guys are going to allow you to keep it for 3 months. You go through the program 3 times, 4 times. Don't wait. Give yourself the gift today. Let me be your coach. And thanks for letting me chat with you. God bless you all.